And that's all for today. Hope you like it and enjoy it. And passing the micro to Rizel and Draco.
Yo, thank you so much, Argent. I just dropped the set. Yep.
Thank the Lord it's Thursday and we meet each other again. The VIP crew is ready for this virtual event. The seas might be rough but we will have a jolly time. Is everybody here? Are the avatars in line? There's so much going on in the NFT world. It seems like uncharted sea. Let Matthew and Rizzle guide us through. The speaker is ready and so are we. Let's keep sailing on the metaverse. Thursday's when the lightning strikes. So listen up, there's a lot to learn. Keep the treasure in your sight. Please no one get the veggie draw. Just upgrade your microphone. Together we're strong, we ain't gonna stop. Welcome to the WIP Meetup.
Boom. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Crispy. There we go. First of all, shout out to Argent for holding it down in the pre-whip. Love those vibes. They were immaculate, as the kids say. Welcome back to the WIP again, y'all. This is Matthew, aka Nifty Time. We have an absolutely stacked show today. So I'm going to keep this super short and pass the mic to Rizzle real quick, but really excited to have Bananakin on after their awesome sales recently. I know they have a field trip planned for us. Excited for that. We got Stellacat as well in the house. Who's going to take us on a tour of a point shark design build in CryptoVoxels, which I'm super keen on. I was doing a lot of like wearable outfitting before the show, making sure that hopping in between on-site or CryptoVoxels, my fit is on point. And of course, we have a quick update again from our dude Paradox on CodeTrip. If you minted in the primary sale like a month or so ago, make sure you go back and claim your free mints corresponding to however many number of editions you purchased originally. I claimed my free mint last night. Excited with that. And of course, we got the Voxel gift love courtesy of Fabiano Speziati and his wife Patrizia as well. Like I said, I'm going to keep my shit short. Samuel L. Jackson is very, very curmudgeonly today. We'll strictly enforce the shot clock. Yep, there we go. Boom. So, Rizzle, take it from here, dude.
Try and keep mine brief so I don't get Samuel L. Jackson. Argent, thanks so much for hopping on the pre-whip. She's got a couple of different sets that she had shown me, but I believe this was the first time she had shown this or previewed this to anybody. So it was like great vibes for the pre-whip. So Argent is like deep in the metaverse and is a master VRM maker. So if you aren't familiar with her, you should be. We're gonna do a whirlwind tour after hearing from Paradox. From CodeTrip, I see 9/0 in the house as well. So we got the whole team from CodeTrip. I saw them putting around some monster trucks in the beginning. This is good. We're gonna test our metaverse traversing ability. We're gonna start off after we hear from CodeTrip in here. We're gonna head over to Stellacat spot built by a point shark. Take a tour of that spot, and then we'll go from there over to Bananakin's spot. I did break the portal, so we might have to do it old school link dropping style. And if that's the case, we're all veterans here. We can handle it. Like Matt said, Samuel Jackson, the shot clock is going to be tight today. We're going to try and keep it to like roughly 5 minutes for CodeTrip to give us some updates, and then maybe roughly 10 minutes per tour once we head over to Stellacat spot and then over to Bananakin spot. As always, if y'all have questions, please pass them over to Show, who will do his best to relay them to the speakers. And then, obviously, if you have questions after this, bombard their DMs and harass them until you have all the answers that you're looking for. Make sure you sign the guest book. It is up on the stage. I can drop the link in the chat box if you can't find it or you can't get to it. But in between the two portals, if you look under the GIF, the sign over there, right between Stellacat's Cyber Brokers and Bananakin's PFP, there's the big book, and that's where the guest book is. So Go sign that. If you see this TV with the giant purple middle finger coming out of it, that is what we are all receiving today, courtesy of Fabiano and Patricia. And if you were here any other week, make sure you're checking your hidden folder on OpenSea, because you probably have a lot of things from us. And as you can see here, you can drag these things into your spot and play with them here, CryptoVoxels, and a lot of places. So get the things, sign the guest book. I got links to drop when we need links to drop. Shout out Dragonade for keeping us on task with the protocol. We definitely want to make sure we get a group shot in both spots that we're traveling to today. So Paradox is going to be on like super Paradox duty. However, per protocol, we will not play his theme song until the conclusion of the event for the last group shot, just because, you know, protocol. I think that's everything. Oh, no, it's not everything. Yo, do you know we have a Twitch account? We barely do. We suck at marketing and do a really horrible job promoting it. But we have a Twitch account that Dragonate actually has been doing a pretty good job of keeping up with. And if you missed the WIP, you know, on a certain week, you can catch up on everything that you missed out on. And I added it to our Twitter handle. And like I said, we suck at marketing, but we do have a Twitch account, and we should like do a better job of like making sure people know we have this, because we do cool stuff, and you know, not everyone can make it every week. But people are always like, oh, did you record it? Blah, blah, blah. And you know, we do. We record it. It's right here on our Twitch account that's been there forever. Thank you, Dragonate. I think that's about everything. Public service announcement. We're broke, so give us all your money. We do this for free. It's a bunch of volunteers, like a whole list of them that do this every week. If you send money to the WIPmeetup.eth, it will go directly through OX Split's smart contract to the crew, and that's how you know we're not rugging you. If you need details, you can see Matt, who's on a pretty good streak of not rugging anybody, but you can always have faith in the smart contract. So check that out. Give us all your stuff. Also, if you have stuff that you want to give out to our audience, we're doing that on a weekly basis. If you've been showing up, you have a whole bunch of stuff. So we're always willing to give out your stuff, and we'll shout you out and appreciate you, because we all love stuff. Shout out to the crew who makes this happen week in, week out. Foxy Yoga, Sandy Meows, Easy, Paradox Show, Dragonade, Conwolf the Stowaway, Brookhawk the Chef, Fabiano, Patricia, Fractillions, Johan, Matthias, Matt. I think that's everybody. It's probably not. There's so many people who do so many things, and thank you all so, so much. So with that, I believe I'm going to pass it over to Paradox, who's going to give us some updates on CodeTrip. A lot of y'all are familiar with this project. And a lot of y'all probably scooped one up early on, so this is good stuff to know. And if you see some of these big old monster trucks in here, that's what that is all about. So, Paradox, man, give us the deal.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Hello,
yeah, man,
hello?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Excellent.
Good.
All right, cool.
Check
Let's keep this as a semi-quick speaker update. So, if you're not familiar, CodeTrip is an art that myself and 9over0 recently released on Prohibition. It's a generative art piece, so it's entirely made of code. And we have recently just dropped the price down to 0.02, I believe it is, to make it a little bit more accessible for everybody. Let me just post some links in the chat here. Most of you are aware, but it's like a kind of like what did I call it? A fun-sized metaverse in an NFT, in a generative NFT, and it's pretty crazy because it's all code. There's no assets, there's no models. You know, we didn't make these things in Blender. It's all made out of code, entirely made by 9over0. I'll also drop my Twitter, the CodeTrip Twitter, shortly, unless I did already. No. Okay, cool. But what we wanted to say is that, as Matt said, if you bought one of these NFTs before the price drop, we've set something up now where you can come and collect a free mint. So that is, if you bought, say, 2, you get 2 free mints. If you bought 3 mints, you get 3 free mints. So which is pretty cool, and it's nice to kind of show some support for our early supporters anyway, or show some love for our early supporters. Alrighty, I've got a couple of things to go over. What we're doing something on 01, the platform. So CodeTrip was our original kind of our, what do you call it? It's our project, but we're kind of going down the route of CodeTrip is kind of like our studio. So we're going to be doing lots of different projects. So and if you go to 01, we are releasing NFTs, 2 categories at the moment. The first is declassified, and that is kind of like behind the scenes and like bits of making of images and from the original CodeTrip development. And then we're doing a classified category of NFTs, which is kind of sneak peeks, like a little a look behind the curtain of our current project, which is top secret. You'll get some hints, but you're not going to get the idea of the full thing. But yeah, it's a good way to kind of show 9over0's work, and also kind of, if you're interested in CodeTrip, to see more of what we're doing. What else we're going to talk about? Oh, we're doing this is we've got a lot to talk about. We're doing a little collab with WG Meets, and what we're going to do is I will give him a still frame from a short video of CodeTrip, and he is then going to wrap the car in like some cool art. And then that is going to be given back to me. I'll put it onto the video, and then we'll have like a cool CodeTrip car running down the road with a new piece of artwork on the side. And that's going to go out on 01 by WG Meets. But also, we are debating doing this, opening it up to kind of the wider community. So kind of testing the waters, see if anyone wants to kind of do a collab with us. It can go out on your 01 account. That's totally fine. But yeah, see if anyone's interested. And the last thing I want to talk about is, you may have seen the elephant in the room, or rather the giant monster trucks, or this kind of yellow massive wheeled car over here. These are actually exports from CodeTrip. And the reason this is interesting is because these aren't, as I said, these aren't 3D models. At least they're entirely made by code. And 9over0 has done some kind of coding wizardry and made an exporter. And it means that we are able to kind of get these assets into kind of a 3D file form and get them into Hyperfy. We're still doing work on textures and all those bits and pieces, and then eventually you're going to be able to drive around different spaces in some of these cars. It takes a little bit of work to get it right, but we're thinking basically, what's next? Well, we're going to build a CodeTrip racetrack with like a whole CodeTrip world. It's going to be dope. Because I don't know about you, but I want to drive around in Rizzle's Rizzlemobile, this one over here with the giant wheels and the giant like run each other over with the with the monster trucks. It'd be good fun. So yeah, just kind of teasing a load of bits for CodeTrip. If you're interested, head over to prohibition.art and pick up a CodeTrip piece. And there's 01, and then is our Twitter as well, which I'll post in a second. Right, there's a lot to throw at you. How's that, Rizzle? How am I doing on the time?
Tick tock, motherfucker!
Perfect.
Yeah, sounds like you just made it, man. I'm going to throw it over to the show and toss any questions your way.
I think show may be having audio issues. Can you hear him?
I saw it light up for a second there.
Yeah.
Show.
Hey,
Good.
hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yo, show.
All right, sorry about that. Hey man, so CodeTrip is awesome. It's fire. It's amazing. I love what you've been doing with it. And what motivated you to make this push into Hyperfy specifically, and not another platform?
Simply because I got excited, and like we want to engage our community, and show we're not just a project that kind of launches and then disappears. We want to keep doing stuff, but like the same reason we're here in the metaverse is to have fun, right? So like 9over0 didn't sleep last night because he was working on this exporter, and then he went to work really tired. but it's because it's fun, and I got excited. And like the idea of making a CodeTrip space and racing is awesome to me. So it's that simple. We want to do it for fun and for the community. Cool.
Boom. If anyone else has any other questions, you know where to hit Paradox up at. So in the spirit of keeping the show moving, where to next, Rizzle? Which portal do we need to run through?
Well, this is the one I broke, so we're gonna have to do some link dropping here. Make sure everyone picks up the guest book on the way out. You can try and run through the portal on the left, but I think you're gonna have a hard time, or at least I was. Maybe it started working. If anyone has any success with it, let me know. But I'm gonna drop the link here to Stellacat spot, and in Hyperfire, I'm dropping the link, and I'm gonna drop the link here in the chat. And we are going to make our way over there. And this is like a collab, I believe. I think Point Shark did a lot of the building, and Stellacat did a lot of the strategic vision type of thing. So yeah, so let's hop on over there, and I'll drop the link again in both places. Oh, we got it over here. And if Stellacat is unrugged with the microphone, we could pass it over to her and check out the spot. Wait, is Stellacat even in here? Point Shark's in here. Oh, I gotta go find Stellacat. Stellacat. She actually DM'd me earlier just to like confirm that we were still on for today, so I believe we're good to go. If not, there's like a group of people up here that are about to just go exploring whether she likes it or not. Let's see. Hey, Point Shark, man, do you want to tell us a little bit about the build while I go and try and wrangle a Stellacat for us?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
It is like 2 a.m. in Australia, or yeah, I believe that's where she is. And she said she was going to get up in the middle of the night for it, but I'll go ring her alarm.
Yeah. Right on. See if I can get the stream. You know, I don't have the stream. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
All right, sweet. All good. So hey guys, I'm Point Shark. Been building, it seems like my whole life in crypto voxels. I know the majority of y'all in here, so I appreciate showing up. Appreciate you guys for having me on to talk about the build. It's a pretty sweet build. Like I said, I'm driving now, but I got it all on my mind's eye because I built the damn thing. So it was I was approached by Stellacat, and Rizzle just kind of, hey, you know, I got this friend, wants to build, what's going on? So I was bored, not doing anything, and said, heck yeah, let's do it. I like working with people that I've either known or know through other people for a long time. And everyone's local, and I like the scene, and I like everybody. So just said yes. But not to ramble, you're looking at a color palette put together by Stellacat. The general idea was kind of spooky. Got a color theme. She likes cats, and that was pretty much it. After that, I just had to go. So obviously, when you enter the parcel, I tried to grab a lot of the elements that I felt made Stella who she is in the space. Her cyber broker. She threw me some assets to get into the space that kind of described or felt or emanated her vibe. So you'll see some wearables by Sorry About Your Cats. I think there's an old Avastar's hat in there. I got an on-chain chain. I threw that on top of the cyber broker just to kind of emulate two on-chain projects, on-chain built on a on-chain parcel. If that makes any sense, I always tell people I literally build on the blockchain as I'm building on the spaces. The parcels are on-chain and building on that. But anyways, yeah, it was just it's an open build, based for events. It's kind of her personal home. I just was trying to theme it like I thought it would look good. The coloring was a big help from her. I went one direction. I got colors I like to use all the time. She kind of shot me some colors and said, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? Let's do the roof like this. And so just started switching it up and working with her to get it geared more towards her and her style. And it was a really fun experience. And that's one of the main reasons I like to build with people that I know and that I like. You know, it was just a good vibe the whole time. So you could see some floating lanterns in the trees to kind of give it like like a fairy-esque scientific vibe. As you're cruising around, the lighting, there's a few elements that she really wanted was the lighting. I'm used to skinning the parcels into magical voxel, and you kind of lose the elements of lighting and shading when you do that style of a build. So I kind of challenged myself to try to maintain the lighting aspects and the shading coming from the baking, the light baker that's built into voxels, but then also still get really a little more detailed using the magic voxel import export to get it all into the world. So it was kind of it was a nice little step up in the way that I build to try to maintain both sides of native builder and imported using a third-party software. So it was really fun, and I learned a few things about lighting and shading, and I broke it 1,000 times when I was on the phone with her, trying to get these versions replicated, because a lot of grouping and a lot of animations within voxels kind of makes it look clogged up. So what you're looking at is a lot of heartache. I lost some power lines in the explosion of the build, but all in all, it was like I said, extremely fun, and I'm glad that it's able to be used like an event like this. That's kind of what you really wanted, just a space to hang, and you've been around the space for so long, yet you don't have a home. So I feel that personal builds and personal parcels are kind of like your home in the metaverse, and they replicate you. They kind of speak for you as a person, the things you're into and the things you like. So yeah, that's kind of the overall vibe there. I just want it to be a fun, open build that people could enjoy, events that Stella could throw, and just get together and kind of enjoy what she's got going on. I know she's a big community member and a mod in a few Discords, and well-known and well-liked throughout the space. So honor and pleasure to be able to work for and with her to get this done. It's really cool. That's kind of ends my ramble on it. Yeah.
Yo, Point Shark, that was awesome, man. I know I threw a question Show's way, and if you're down to field a couple on Stellacat's behalf, I feel so bad, dude. Stellacat was like so excited about this build and to show it off, and we were like right on point to do this thing, and it got goofy with the calendar, and maybe communication got goofed up. So if everyone can do all of us a favor and take some group shots and take some selfies and stuff in here, because the space is dope, and she is like a boss and has been around forever and is just such a great member of the community. So yeah, take some selfies for Stellacat. It'll make her happy that we're all invading her spot. Show man, you mind kicking Point Shark a couple questions?
Hey man, what's going on?
What's up, Show? Long time, man.
Yeah, no. Rizzo would like to know, what is the thing with the barrels?
Nothing, actually. There is no thing. It's just I was just trying to add stuff. I was just like, what can I add here? What can I do? What looks good? So it's, I don't know, I guess in my mind it could be some demez body parts sitting in acid from that mezzanine sitting there that's getting dumped into the ocean mob style. I kind of got a little dark side to myself. So yeah, I'll say that. Those are barrels filled with acid of the demez parts of cyber brokers.
He said the thing that looks like the electrical head chopper.
Yeah. So once again, kind of going back to a dark theme or a dark side, or just a wandering imagination. I'm sure people walk both sides of the line in life, or at least watch horror movies. But yeah, that's kind of part of that aspect. Was a lot of the lore built behind cyber brokers. I like the way they kind of brought that to the scene and started creating backstory for their base and their project. So it was kind of just my way of not officially adding to their story, but kind of trying to carry along that theme and theory of cyber brokers and demezzing So that's a demezzotine, and it's obviously a cross between the guillotine and whatever the apparatus looks like when you get demezzed in cyberbrokers in loss precision. So that's what that sucker is. You can lie down, it's going to take you off, and you're going to get demezzed.
Boom. Dude, Rizzo, are we going to take a group shot here real quick before we hop over to Bananikins?
Yeah, we've got to, man. Oh, Brookhawk, that's so cool. I didn't even notice the pigeon, the purple pigeon on there. Can we? I'll relay this on behalf of show since I'm already in the midst of this ramble. Is the pigeon? Brookhawk wants to know what's with the pigeon. Original design?
No, someone gave that to me, and I'm gonna. It might have been given to me by Brookhawk. It's kind of it's a homage to Mr. Money. I try to build a little bit into all my builds. That pays a little bit of homage because that dude just inspired the shit out of me coming up. I was blessed to interact and have jobs post because his skill was so great. So it's anything I do, I'm always thinking about a lot of, and I try to do a little bit, if anything, something that would just kind of say he was there, because he's one of my hugest inspirations in the space from day one, and I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. So it's kind of a homage that way to the pigeons and things like that. One of them is actually crapping on the roof of that little building. If you can catch that animation, that was a fun one to put together. Yeah, that's what those are.
Brinkman peeped the poop from the A Lot of Pigeon. So yeah, it was definitely noticed.
Nice. I love it. I like fun stuff like that. Just don't get any on your shoe.
All right, Rizzo, dude, where are we going?
We're gonna pass it to Paradox real quick to line up a group shot. And just want to say, man, I was saying this, I think in the group chat with Paradox earlier, man, between this and Bananakin on and Stellacat here in Voxel Spirit, I'm like, this WIP is like, the family reunion tour. It feels like, Paradox presenting in the beginning. It's awesome. And then, we got a lot of money, up in here too. So, Paradox, how are you going to do this thing?
Alrighty, okay, cool. So I can get the whole build in shot. I'm going to be kind of near the water, near the barrels, so you guys can be anywhere in shot at the front of the parcel, kind of on the yellow ground. You can be in the air, you can be on the wires, anywhere. Let me just show you my shot. It'll be something like this. Okay, cool. Let's click record. There we go. Okay, a few more seconds for people to get in place. And are we going to do proper protocol on the last one? I reckon so.
Yes, correct.
Just a humble cameraman looking for a tiny bit of attention. It's me, Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
Okay, cool. We'll do the proper intros on the last one, shall we? But for now, let's make this quick. Okay, cool. I think I've got everyone. The only one I've not got in shot is Dragonate, so I'm going to get a quick shot of just Dragonate. There we go. Okay, cool. Let me just check the gate. In other words, check it actually recorded. Let's double check that. And it looks like it recorded just fine. Beautiful. Back to the studio. Back to Rizzle.
Shout out Point Shark doing this thing from the car and holding it down for Stellacat. Like I said, make sure you take some selfies up in here. But in the meantime, we're going to keep it rolling to the next legendary location. I'm going to drop it in the chat box here in CryptoVoxels. I'm going to drop it right here in Discord. And let's make our way over to on Cyber now. So we're on Metaverse number 3, and we're going to check out Bananakin's spot. And hopefully we get their microphone working, and we can check this thing. Yo,
Yeah.
what's up, Anakin?
What's up? How's it going?
Great, dude. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right, I see people starting to start piling in here. Yo, so Bananakin, it's safe to say, I think like 95% of people in here like know who you are, and you've been on like quite the tear lately with these incredible drops. But maybe for the sake of anyone in here who's not like totally caught up, if you don't mind, just sort of introing yourself real quick, and then tell us what you've been up to lately and everything we got going on in here.
Yeah. So I've been minting work since I think like the summer of 2020. And so like ever since I got into space, it's like enthralled me, and it's like one of those things you can't imagine life without it now. So but yeah, so like I do everyday artwork. I started that on January 1st of 2020. So it's like I'm like 1,300 plus days into like every day. So I post those on Twitter and Instagram. And then like I sporadically like mint stuff, whenever it feels right. But yeah, so this is on-cyber environment of mine. I actually built this space for my wife, which is Hugh Views, for her birthday, and then we had a party in here that day. But I just kind of did a loadout of it with some of my work. And so my work, I do work in a lot of my 3D work is made in VR. So like for example, like this cat tower and all my characters and stuff are just like sculpted in VR, and then I export those in one way or another into various outputs. And then I also do like 2D like painting too, 2D animation. So I like really mixing it up, a bunch of different styles. So that's kind of my backstory. But yeah. So I got a bunch of my work in this space. I guess should we just like start from the bottom and then go up to the top as a group or something? I mean, I see some people are like all over the place, but I don't know.
That sounds great. Yeah. Why don't we all sort of gather at the bottom, and you can sort of take us around the thing. I've been exploring as well, but yeah, we can all meet down at the bottom. And if anyone has a question, ping show in the Discord chat. So let's see, at the bottom of the ramp. Oh, everybody's already here. Here I am.
Yeah, everybody's chilling. Yeah, so on the left, like the big GLB on the left is actually a piece I did as a reward to I have like my editions released under like this Bananakin Bunches collection. And so like the first 10 minutes after like the first few minutes, I had like a few of the same people like collecting them. And I was like, oh man, this is pretty cool. How can I, do something for everybody? So I did a thing where it's like, after my first 10 minutes, whoever had collected 5 or more of the collection, I would airdropped the Shoeless Road Warrior, which is the big GLB there on the left. So it was a fun one because I didn't know how to actually get the animated GLB. The GLB to export with animation took a little bit, but it ultimately worked, and I was really happy with it. So that's like the big statue there on the left. And as we come up to this little first level here, I got a couple of pieces. Here we got, what is this? One thing on the list, and it's accompanying, like, I made a GLB of the character as well. It's like standing right here. But this was a super rare piece, actually, and that's the back plate is a picture from our local grocery store. But yeah, it kind of just like, I don't know, touches on consumerism. But it was a fun piece. I'm pretty sure that was collected by Low Tide. I don't know if they're around, but yeah. So that's that piece, and the Watch the Line here in the corner is another piece from my Bunches collection. A lot of my work, a lot of the pieces I meant, a lot of them start as like the everydays, and then like sometimes I'll like take that a little bit further or something. So that's like with the Watch the Line, that was the case. Is like the everyday kind of really kind of connected with it. So I kind of added some animation and made it a mint. All right, so as we go up, here on the side is one of my latest one-on-ones is Overcome. This one was a personal piece to me because it touched on the time I spent in the hospital dealing with cancer in 2018. I kind of like had to like relearn how to walk, and like I literally like dwindled away in bed because I was in the hospital for like 63 days. So it's like I didn't walk or anything. So I kind of had to like learn how to do a bunch of shit again. And so that was a personal piece collected by Neon Glitch. But yeah, there's even more backstory into like all of the details of that piece. I won't go into it too much because I know we're hell on time. I feel like I've been rambling for a minute.
No, you're doing great, dude.
Okay.
Dragon 8 says 4 more minutes.
Okay, cool. All right, so we should be good. All right, so this little section in here, another little gallery setup. We have this dummy ride piece here, which is another special piece because, like Point Shark said, a lot of money was like such an inspiration, not only to me and to him, but like to a lot of us. So this piece was actually dummy ride was made for it was like a show in New York. I think it's called Dreams. He made the ticket for it, and it was like there was a bunch of Angie had a bunch of work there. There was a lot of people there, but he asked me to be a part of it. So I made this piece to be a part of that show. He ended up actually placing a bid on it. So it's another really special piece of me. And as you, speaking of a lot of money, the Trustees collection, which is, we can actually just go upstairs because we only got a few more minutes. But yeah, there's some other pieces in here you can check out. But my VRM is my trustee. And so it's like something else I'm trying to bring to this collection. So the Brain Trust is a collection of 50 characters that I basically just like sketched out on a piece of paper and then made them in VR and then turned them into this collection. So I minted this collection of 50 back in July, and I had about just over half of them had been collected up until last week. And then last week, for some reason, XCOP collected 8 of them. And then he tweeted about it shortly after that, and then they sold out. And then there was a little bit of secondary activity. And then like basically all my one-on-ones sold out like in the following days too because of it. So it was like last week was insane. And yeah, so this is the collection here. And as you see out here, I have a little video of I stream my everyday. Sometimes I stream my everydays here. And so like that's what's kind of playing out here on this little video window floating. But yeah, so these all the artwork from here on out is all just the different trustees. And right now I'm currently doing watercolor physicals, so 7x7 watercolor paintings of each of the trustees. I'm doing that and sending them to the collectors if they want them in the order that they were collected. So that's been another fun aspect to it, and like as you see, like I'm working on the VRMs too for them as well. So at some point, we'll be able to all have trusty VRMs. But yeah, so like yeah, that's my. I just saw this. That's wild. Yeah, so that's kind of my space, and that's my work, and I think that's my time too. But I'm definitely down to answer any questions or talk about anything else. It's all good.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
You have a question from Metageist. He would like to know, are there any more animated .glbs on the horizon? He needs a Bananakin sculpture.
Oh yeah, I can definitely do that. Consider it penciled in. But yeah, the anime GLBs are fun though, because the tricky part with it is like the animation on this GLB is was done in VR. So like traditional like 3D animation, like you have to have like bones and rigs and all this stuff, but that's not necessarily the case with when you're like making it in VR. So like I just literally like am grabbing parts of the body and like moving it with my hands, and then like that's the animation process. So like being able to get it into a format where like all that's translated into a GLB that's like animated, I was like very very stoked on it. I just saw Metageist's question, Quill. Yeah, that was done, Quill.
Dude, right? Skinny, I was just thinking the exact same thing. As someone who's been like messing around with rigging and everything, I'm like, oh my God, if I could just like hop into VR and just grab that thing and put it where I want it to be. I'm not trying to minimize the learning curve, and obviously Bananakin is a master, but in some ways that seems almost like more intuitive.
No.
Yo, yeah, go ahead, man.
Sure. No, I'm just totally agreeing with you because like yeah, like I mean I like rigging is this like one of the worst things on earth. Painting weights sucks. Like yeah, I totally feel you when you say that, because it is a little bit of a work. You got to learn the workflow, but it's like once you like figure out like all the shit you got to do, it's like totally like, oh wow, this is a cool very intuitive way to work.
Yo, awesome, man. Really, really appreciate the tour, and it's so great to hear that of all your recent success, man. You've been out here as long as anybody, if not longer, and doing this thing for a long time, and it's very well deserved as someone who has just been putting in a lot of the work. And your space is incredible, dude. I think now's about the time we should pass this thing over to Paradox. If anyone has a question for Argent, who is spinning during the pre-whip, Paradox or 9/0 from CodeTrip, Point Shark, who is here on behalf of Stellacat or Bananakin, harass them, slide into their DMs. They're all really awesome, legendary members of the community who have been out here forever doing the thing. So speaking of someone like that, Paradox, man, where do you want to do this group shot? Or shall we do the song first? What is protocol even more? I don't know.
Well, we're going to do it again, aren't we, Dragonite?
Yeah,
yes,
we got
please, thank you. Hit it, Dragonite.
Just a humble cameraman looking for a tiny bit of attention. It's me, Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
I don't think I've spoken so much in a WIP before, but here we are. Cool. So if you've not been listening, I am Paradox. I'm the resident WIP videographer, and this is the point of the show where we take a group photo and I collect some video. So if you're new to the WIP, I edit together a recap video of these events every single week, and you can watch them on Rizzle's Twitter, so keep an eye out for those. Okay, cool. So we're going to do the group photo at the bottom of the stairs. I've just dropped an image of the picture angle to give you an idea, but is there anyone else that's floating around the top that wants to be in? I think we're mostly there. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to get in place, make sure I'm recording. Okay, so if you can kind of spread out just a little bit, because I've got quite a low angle, so I won't see people at the back. So kind of, spread out a little bit more. So that's who we got. And I don't know if it's just me, but the quality seems a little off on this. Is that the same for anyone else? Seems like it's almost like it's being streamed. Cool, thank you, Dragonate. Okay, here we go. I'm going to grab some photos and some video. Beautiful. Okay, cool. I got a little bit of the zombie walk. I don't know if anyone else has been getting that. Rizzle knows what I mean. Anyway, that is it for me, guys. I will catch you all next week. Paradox out. Cheers.
Timely cough. Boom. Awesome. Rizzle, do we got anything else? We had this stacked whip in front of us. I think we got through everything in a timely fashion. I can't believe we're not even at the top of the hour. This is definitely the most we sprinted to the end basically. I don't think we missed anything. Yeah, if everyone just grabs that guest book, make sure you sign it. We got a really cool Fabiano Speziati and Precisia designed purple middle finger, I think, which I'm pretty stoked on. But yeah, Rizzle dude, round us out.
Yo, I think that's about it for this week. Shout out to everybody who's coming out. We got a packed house up in Bananakin's place still. There's a flying cat spinning around. I did drop the guest book list link in Discord, so definitely make sure you sign that so you can get all the things. And a bunch of you won Ogar NFTs, including Matt. Somehow Matt won one. But, I mean, it was a random process. So sign the guest book. We're always giving out cool stuff. Shout out Dragonade for hitting the shot clock, but and shout out to our speakers who didn't really give us a need to bust out the shot clock over and over again. Nice tight whip and tours of incredible spots. We got a killer one up next week too. So definitely come back, same time, same place next week. We'll be doing the thing. One last shill for our Twitch account, which our long lost Twitch account, which everybody should know that exists at the very least, because we do a horrible job of telling people about it. So if you miss a whip, you can catch it on our Twitch account. Yay. Woo. Let's see. I think that's about everything. Yeah. Thank you all. This has been wonderful. Let's do it. Let's take it home. Send it over to the show for the afties. Thanks, everybody.
Motherfucker!
Wait, is this thing on? Yeah! Yeah!
It's time for the FTs.
Hot takes, opinions, thoughts. Let's go!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Wait, am I here? Can you hear me? All right, cool. All right, do you want the good news or the bad news? Yeah, shout out to the brave homies, who were like, "Fuck it, give me the bad news first, and then we'll deal with the good." I mean, the bad news is not that bad, though. I hate when people say, "Do you want the good news or the bad news?" And then it's like, all of it is just fucking terrible. It's like, why the fuck are you telling me then? You know? Just leave me alone. The bad news is not that bad because you've experienced it, and they're basically saying that you're going to experience more of it. I'm not talking about inflation, even though that's currently sitting around 5.25% here in America. If you're in another country, you may be dealing with other economic issues, depending, or unrelated to where crypto is sitting. It also bothers me that dealing with global assets such as ETH, Ripple, and the like, everything is stagnant only because of America. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's a global asset. Shouldn't there be? Yeah, it just doesn't make it's telling me something else, which is sad. It suggests something else, because I thought that people in other countries held these assets. So if Americans, dude, I just don't know. I don't. So basically, you're telling me that only Americans have crypto. That's what it suggests to people. So where they can start fucking saying things that 95% of NFT companies or things are down. Studies show, and blah blah blah. But these are American journalists saying things like that. Oh, inflation isn't moving because the US dollar is down, but crypto is down. Oil barrel production is being threatened by BRICS. It doesn't make any sense. Do you know? It doesn't make any sense. You know what else doesn't make any sense? This is the bad news that I'm going to get to. The SEC in America, I don't know if in your country you have something called the SEC. I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure your country has clearly defined laws when it comes to crypto. It seems like every country has some clearly defined regulations. There's only a couple that I'm side-eyeing because I'm like, what the fuck is going on with you? The SEC is threatening that more exchanges are going to receive lawsuits soon. I'm like, didn't you sue everyone already? Well, I mean, you sued everyone already. You sued everyone. Gemini, Kraken, Coinbase, Binance. The SEC is weird. They're going after Binance US and Binance Corp, which is the global, was it BitGo? Was it what was the other one? There was a few. Didn't you sue everyone already? You sued everyone. I think I think that they're getting cocky because their spaghetti against the wall tactic that has been failing. They finally turned up some results. They turned up results with Binance US. The CEO just stepped down. Not the and I mean he because it's a man. I'm not fucking up pronouns. It was a man this go around. Before that was a woman, a she her. You know, respectively and respectfully. She stepped down after 3 months. This was like 3 years ago. I don't know why I keep using the number 3, but it just so fucking happens. There's no coincidence there. She stepped down because she felt like some shady shit was going on. Then they brought on someone who used to work at the SEC. They also brought on some kind of high-powered lawyer to run their compliance office. That guy stepped down. Head of compliance stepped down. I think head of marketing stepped down. I'm not being funny here. I'm just super fucking serious. You know. Who are they trying to sue? I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I don't get it. But I realized something that was pretty obvious now. This bull run getting us out of this crypto winter is all contingent on Elizabeth Warren failing after the primaries. She needs to, if she fails, then that's it. This whole anti-crypto run, I said this before and I'll say it again. I don't know how what was she, a congresswoman, a senator? She's a senator. I don't know how one senator has all this fucking power to literally cripple a brand new asset class, cripple the economic future, the economic present and future of the United States of America. One fucking senator? How is this possible? There's no one to check her. Like, no one? Think about it. The war on crypto. The anti-crypto something. She's moving and shaking behind the scenes while making pies and having this little wholesome fake smile like Martha Stewart and shit. Martha Stewart went to jail. Martha Stewart went to fucking jail. So I can't say that a senator will go to jail, but you catch my drift. How the fuck does she weaponize one individual, one unelected bureaucrat in the form of a man that looks like Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings? I don't understand. I don't get it. But I'm like, I finally understand that this shit ends when this woman loses at whenever they start the election process or whatever. She needs to be harassed during the debates, the Democratic debates and shit. She needs to be fucking harassed and she needs to lose miserably. Then once that happens and they realize that there's no future for this, then it's over. I thought that it was this was contingent on other things, but this is the only thing. None of it makes sense. Lastly, so anyway, wait. So with the enforcement, they felt cocky. They want to sue more exchanges. I'm like, I don't even know about any other exchanges that are left. I don't want to say the one that I still use because I don't want to fucking But that's some bullshit if they come after them too. The SEC sued a second NFT company. The first one was some other shit that I was like, oh yeah, I guess that was a thing. I guess we saw them during the bull run. There was so many fucking projects I wasn't even paying attention. No wonder why I don't have $1 million. No wonder why. The second one that they sued was Stoner Cats. So Mila Kunis, Stoner Cats. I don't get it. But they feel cocky. It's the same thing as them suing Kim Kardashian. They want to make it seem like they're doing things. I guess marijuana is still illegal. Oh, marijuana and NFTs. Oh my God, these kids are doing marijuana. They're doing NFTs. This is terrible. We gotta get the marijuana and NFTs off these streets. They're killing the children. I'm like, sir, I know many people who are above the age of 50 who hold NFTs. We gotta get the NFTs out of the hands of the 50-year-olds. We have to get the marijuana out of the hands of the 50-year-olds. Sir, listen, it's not dangerous. You know that, right? It is. They're smoking dope. They're smoking a marijuana cigarette. Studies show that marijuana cigarette will kill you. Listen, I'm just gonna play this video, okay? Because I can't fucking make sense of anything anymore. Listen, if you're bored about what I'm telling you, tough luck. This is the shit that's happening in your environment. I'm just telling you. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just telling you what the fuck just happened. I can't help it. You're gonna hear about it anyway, or not. I don't know. But look, check this out. I'm just gonna preface this real quick by saying that this is Tom Emmer. Tom Emmer of the Republican Party, mind you, who is an advocate for crypto, who understands crypto very well. I'm just gonna play this. This is what happened recently. Okay, the volume's up.
Anti-central bank digital currency legislative effort introduced in the United States and for the past two Congresses. And we've worked with my colleagues and with stakeholder groups to update, improve, and grow support for this bill. Today, this bill has the support of 60 members of Congress and groups ranging from the Independent Community Bankers Association and American Bankers Association to Club for Growth, Heritage Action, and the Blockchain Association. We've come a long way. This bill is simple. It halts the efforts of this administrative state under President Biden from issuing a financial surveillance tool that will undermine the American way of life. Unlike decentralized cryptocurrencies, a central bank digital currency is a digital form of sovereign currency that is designed and issued by a government and transacts on a digital ledger that is controlled by that government. In short, a central bank digital currency is a government-controlled, programmable money that, if not designed to emulate cash, could give the federal government the ability to surveil and restrict Americans' transactions. This is not just alarming, it's downright un-American. We've already seen examples of governments weaponizing their financial system against their citizens in China. The Communist Party is using a central bank digital currency to track the spending habits of its citizens. The data is being used to create a social credit system that rewards or punishes people based on their behavior. Closer to home in the Western Hemisphere in Canada, the Trudeau administration froze the bank accounts of individuals involved in the 2022 trucker protests. That might work in Canada, that doesn't work here. This appetite for financial surveillance may be gaining a stronghold, unfortunately, right here at home. The White House issued an executive order placing urgency on central bank digital currency research and development, and the agency reports to that executive order have made it clear that the Biden administration is not only itching to create a CBDC, but they are willing to trade Americans' right to financial privacy for a surveillance-style central bank digital currency. We're not going to let this happen. My bill ensures the United States digital currency policy is in the hands of the American people, not the administrative state, so that it reflects our American values of privacy, individual sovereignty, and free market competitiveness. American values. This is what the future global digital economy needs. If not open, permissionless, and private like cash, just like cash, a central bank digital currency is nothing more than a CCP-style surveillance tool that can be weaponized to oppress the American way of life. If China embraces it, you know it's something worth standing against in this country. I'd like to welcome all of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support this bill, which protects innovation and defends against an ever-expanding government surveillance state. Thank you again, Chairman McHenry and Congressman Hill, for working with me on this legislation, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Yeah. Just like Tom Emmer, I too yield the balance of my time. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through this edition of the AFD. Shout out to the leadership team here at meme.com. Shout out to the WIP crew. You know I love each and every single one of you. And WIP fam, much love. I will see you later.